It's time now to take a look at stories making headlines on the front page of Nigerian newspapers, and I begin with the Nation newspaper. The major story here: direct payment of allocation to councils begins next month. As a major story there, and the writers say all obstacles cleared. Lagos to hold election in 20 councils, 37 LCDAs next year. And another story here: two plane crashes in one day claim 180 lives. Nigeria condoles with South Korea over 179 deaths. Weather causes disruption of flights at UK airports. And the story we brought to you earlier: Edwin Bakudi lists benefits of Saudi-Nigeria Pali investments, jobs coming. That's what they're saying. And still on the front page of the Nation newspaper, NCC rules out telecom tariff hike in January. Former U.S. President Jimmy Carter dies at 100. Some stories on the front page of the Nation newspaper. We move now to the First News newspaper. And the major story there, quote, "I made him relevant again." Wike tears into Odili's credibility, accuses ex-Rivers governor of trading integrity for gains. And another story here: IPMA links petrol price drop to Dangote NNPC refineries competition. At the downstream, January telecom tariff hike falls. NCC is quoted as saying that. And at the top corner, Faritimi to Afe Babalola: "I am prepared for fight." Now, Nigerian army destroys illegal refineries, arrests 8 in Niger Delta. Vandalism set back Nigeria's 6,000 megawatts power target, Adilabu is quoted as saying. Now, Oluwo defends Sharia court plans in Southwest cites religious rights. Some stories on the front page of the First News newspaper. To this Nigeria newspaper now: Rivers crisis. Wike tackles ex-governor Odili. "Between him and myself," that's a quote now from the minister of the FCT, who has turned Rivers State into his personal estate. His wife is a chairman of governing council. His daughter is a commissioner. His other daughter is a judge, and he is the general overseer. How to keep inflation down in 2025, experts task federal government's economic team. Utomi Tella, others say CBN should pay closer scrutiny to fiscal policy. War on terror, army defend nation sovereignty. And chief of air staff vows. All right. To the New Telegraph now. How Rivers crisis, year of intrigue in politics. How Rivers crisis, hardship protests, cabinet reshuffle, others shape Nigeria's polity in 2024. And this sad story there: being with Christmas strategy, federal government approves border patrol in the area. As army collects expended bullets at government secondary school, headers cut off 7-year-old girl's hand. A sad one there. Army will win battles, defend nation sovereignty. Now, families grieve at airport as South Korea's plane crash kills 179. A really sad one. At the downstream, large meals after 5 p.m. can contribute to type 2 diabetes risk. All right, some stories on the front page of the New Telegraph. To the Daily Trust now. Allegations against Nigeria. More knocks for Niger military ruler. Border communities. Others hit Chiani. His claims lack evidence. Côte d'Ivoire is quoted as saying that. And the downstream here: flight disruptions. Sunset Airport's operations extend to 10 p.m. Don't expect 2025 budget passage before January 31st. Senate is quoted as saying. Are we returning to our old ways? That's the question some Nigerians are asking with regards to the budget passage. Now, how tears from Abuja demolition blurred Wike's efforts in 2024. Some stories on the front page of the Daily Trust. To the platform Times now, this is an investigation. Ijebu State creation, House State capital dispute, Abiodun Daniel clash, others threaten agenda. Army dismantles 20 illegal refinery sites, recover 90,000 liters of stolen fuel. And customs to auction sees petrol at 400 naira per liter to ease festive transportation. Interesting. Now, Ogun police rescue missing girl, arrest suspects in covert operation. And criticizing Tinubu won't solve food crisis, Nigerians farm. That's what Ononuga is quoted as saying. Some stories on the front page of the platform Times. To the leadership newspaper now. 2025, experts predict stronger naira, lower PMS prices. As bank, insurance, recapitalization, government borrowing moderates inflation. Our court verdicts of cycle polls, PDP crisis ship 2024 politics. And some stories there on the front page of the leadership newspaper. To the Nigerian news direct. No scarcity in festive season improves food. Deregulation is benefiting Nigerians, Lukobiri. And 2024, despite macroeconomic challenges, Nigeria demonstrated resilience with GDP growth to 3.6%. Some stories on the front page of the Nigerian News Direct. To the Business AM, Nigeria on track for economic growth, resurgence in 2025. Say analysts, 2025 will bring about FX stability. FDC predicts Nigeria's currency will begin to claw its way back from 2025. Well, some stories on the front page of the Business AM. Lamide.
Well, I begin here with Daily Independent, and the big story here, federal government earmarks 55.5 billion for presidential air fleets in the 2025 budget, proposes 8.6 billion to repair air navigational equipments. NSIB plans 2 billion for construction of Yola Delta offices. Wike replies Odili says he lacks integrity expected of elder statesman. Lagos State to conduct local government polls in 20 local government areas, 37 LCDAs in 2025. APC is quoted as saying, the Lagos government heads to the Supreme Court over acquittal of doctor in sexual assault convictions. Sarap asked Tinubu Shetima orders to make asset declarations public. Airlines, not only cause of flight delays, cancellations. Experts are quoted as saying, investigation underway in South Korea plane crash that killed 179. And next is national economy. With Nigeria's rising unemployment, skills you should learn to survive in 2025. That's a report according to tech experts. High import duties on cars and rising transportation costs. The major stories on the front page of the national economy. To Nigeria Tribune. Despite 11 trillion naira contribution to GDP, high building materials cost tighten housing shortage in 2024. Troops arrest Bail Liturgi's female ammunition career in Zamfara State. Foreign domestic transactions surged by 3.23 trillion naira in 1 year. Nigeria's AFCFTA participation threatened by $2 billion Chinese currency deal, according to a report. NDLEA intercept 2 boats loaded with illicit drug consignment at Lagos Beach. NAS Joint Appropriation Committee set January 31st to date to present reports on 2025 budgets. Nigeria's economy too fragile for fully deregulated electricity market, CPPE warns. Moving to Blueprint newspaper, 2025 will be very tough for dealers in fake food medicines. NAFDAC is quoted as saying they have destroyed 120 billion naira worth of drugs, food products, in 6 months, vows to neutralize merchants of debt. Elder statesman should not be a sycophant. Wike fires back at Odili. Troops arrest terrorist kingpin Bello Tuji's emination career. Kanu memorizes Sanusi Idris wins national Quran recitation competition. Some stories on the front page of the Blueprint newspaper to Daily Times. African fashion industry worth $30 billion, says CEO. I will overcome battle with Wike. That's according to the governor of Rivers State, Siminalayi Fubara. PDP grieves over mistaken airstrike in Sokoto in the southeast region also. 2025 will mark turning point for security situation in the southeast. Maya Shores. CSO engaging the FCT. Women Affairs Secretaries address barriers hindering justice for GBV survivors. And to the Nature newspaper, Kaduna governor converts dump site to city garden. NDDC leverages digital learning to rebuild the Niger Delta. Developing nations and the COP29 unfulfilled promise. That's a report there. And China greenlights world's largest hydropower dam in Tibet region. And finally, on Sporting Life, Man City target Aino as Walker's replacement on the 121 billion naira transfer. Con urges Barcelona to sign Osimhen. AC Milan 1-1 Roma. Chukwueze injured. Super Eagles star Luke Dishrat as it was carried off the pitch. The major stories on the front page of the newspaper this morning, Veronica.
I believe that our viewers have been updated, and any story that interests you, you can pick up any of the papers to get more details.